On YouTube, Looks Motorworks back here today. We're going to be showing you guys how to adjust a wheel and move the inside of the rim in. Alright guys, so today the project's on this here 70, so we're going to be doing this wheel here. So the first step you're going to do is jack tractor up a little bit, get a little weight off there. Okay, so now that we got this off the ground a little bit, we're going to break each one of these free and take out those nuts.
Please don't tell me you got me slipping off there.
And also tell that they're rusted in there, been rusted in for 15 years.
Yeah, these are pretty rusted in here, guys, so we're going to show you how to get them off
this.
after they've been in there quite a while. So we got this extra nut here that we're using to beat them out with so we don't damage the good nuts.
Hey, you should put that on there, use CRC.
Yeah, guys, make sure you use some CRC or some lubricant on all the bolts here. Here comes the other. There we go, guys. That one's pushed out. So you're going to just do that on every single bolt there.
Where should we put bolts at? And I'll tap it out and you can see the bolt coming on out.
All right, guys, so here's what the back side of them look like here.
Here it comes. Man, these are coming.
Getting her there? Should be able to just pull them out. I guess so some of these will just slip out and some are really in there, so you just have to work to get them out.
One product that we use here, YouTube, is CRC 556. We always put that on the threads after we take the nut off and use our jam nut.
So as we've been going here, a couple of these have been falling out. All right, guys, once you're getting here towards the end, you got most of them off, just a couple left. Make sure you got somebody holding the wheel so it doesn't fall on you. And then another thing to be careful of is watch the valve stem right there so it doesn't get hit and messed up.
And it's got the place in the cast here for the valve stem to go through.
So yeah, let's get this sucker off. So now we got the wheel where we want it here, so and what we're doing is just turning this around and putting this on the outside here, so it's going to gain us a little bit, but so that'll get it done. Probably want to start with the one on the top first. The thing you don't want to forget to do is put anti-seize on these bolts, makes them a lot easier to take them off in the future. Alright guys, so right now we just got all those on the front here, so we're ready to put some nuts on the back. One thing you guys want to do is make sure you go cross pattern and make sure it's really good, perfect.
Hey YouTube, we're down here, we're starting to tighten the bolts up on the wedges that hold our rim to the center of our wheel. And one thing that he's doing there, you'll notice, is he's going from one side to the other. And what he's doing, or why he's doing that, is to keep the tire tightening up evenly so our tire runs straight. We want to make sure that it runs in a nice straight pattern, a lot easier on the axle bearings and such. These bolts, when we get all done here, the final torque on these is going to come in at about 170 foot-pounds. Definitely want to torque them. You want to take the machine out and use it for a couple, 3 hours, and then you want to come back in and retorque them again. And always have someone stand there and just watch the vehicle go away from them to make sure the tires are running straight. Pretty important to do.
Alright guys, another thing you want to do is tap on these while you're tightening them up in the back there, so you get them all even.
It is recommended in the John Deere owner's manual to tap on them to make sure that they pull through.
So I got all those nuts torqued up, so now we're moving on up here to the front. We're going to be moving this wheel in a little bit, so I'll show you guys how to do that coming up.
Hey YouTube, you'll notice that on the outside of this wheel you've got 5 bolts here. These 3 bolts right here are the ones that are connected to the wedge and pull it from the back. What we do is we're going to loosen these 3 first, and then these 2 here actually go in and push the wedge back as we try to tighten them up. Sometimes these can be really tight and that wedge can be stuck on there or rusted on there if they haven't put any kind of lube or anti-seize on it. So we're going to go ahead and loosen these first and see where we're at. All right, we got our 3 bolts loosened and turned back considerably so we can push that wedge in. We're going to go ahead and take these and screw them in to push our wedge back. Let's see how tight they are.
They're tight.
Yeah, they are. Guys, so now we got a real man on there getting ready to tighten that thing in. And they are tight.
They ain't budging.
All right, guys, so we're gonna show you something Claude Pinkelman taught us here, the shock treatment.
Yes.
All right, guys, and if you have to do this, make sure you hit the center there and don't hit the sides. All right, guys, so she's really tight.
Okay, stop. Stop. That one moved. That's good. Come back over here. Do it the other way.
Put some more lubricant on there, trying to break her free. And there she seems to go.
Do a little more, can you?
All right, guys, so we have a random dog that just showed up. So if that's your dog, comment down in the comments.
Let's see if we can
As we still work on this, pushing the wedge out.
Hey YouTube, still working on the adjuster bolt, or the bolts to push the wedge back here. We got Trent on the wrench right now, the owner of the tractor. Of course, he's not making much progress here.
Just getting her done. You need a bigger guy up there.
Sometimes these can be really tight and you really have to work back and forth with them. And when you continue to spray them with CRC. Right now he's still working on those bolts. We got a 1/2 inch impact on there. We really need to get the other 3/4 inch impact. Dan, we need the 3/4 inch impact on there.
on there, Dan.
To get that loose here. Do not try this at home. All right, guys, still working on these. They are getting loosened up. We're spraying CRC on them, putting a lot of pressure on them. Hey, don't rock the tractor. Don't tip the tractor over. Holy cow. To be young and strong. Sometimes YouTube, it just takes muscle. Unfortunately, we don't have the DeWalt impact that we normally use here because somebody forgot to bring it.
All right, guys, so this wedge is stuck really, really tight. So what we're gonna do, drive it down the road and stomp this brake and try and get her to come free. Guys, so that did the trick. So now we're just gonna push those two in, push that wedge out. Guys, so we got the wedge going in there finally. It's about time. You can kind of see her coming out there. See her coming out the back. Guys, so now we're ready to take the tire off. We're just taking these out here.
Watch that wedge come out on the other side.
Yeah, sure.
You gotta catch it.
All right, guys, there's the wedge pulled out. And there are the two little pusher dudes right there. We're gonna spray a little CRC on them bolts so we can come out or pull them out pretty easy.
Here, wedge guy. You get a brush at it if you would be so kind.
So first thing we're gonna do here is brush this off. Make sure that is nice and clean.
Hey YouTube, remember these here are the ones, two bolts that push the wedge back. One thing you will remember when you're screwing them back, there is a retainer on the other end. So when you pull them back and they stop and they get hard to turn, stop there, because otherwise you'll tear the retainer off. And as you're driving the tractor, the bolts will work their way back out and fall out.
Here comes the owner.
All right, guys, the next step is to loosen this guy up right down here. This will allow it to go in and out. See, she's pretty tight.
Help
If you're going the right way.
loosening it.
All right, guys, we're gonna spray a little CRC on there, and then we'll be back at you.
wedge. Remember when we went to take it off, how much trouble we had? The rust in that, or the moisture collects in there, causes rust and really makes it stick. When we go back together with it after cleaning it up, now we'll put anti-seize on it. And the next time we want to adjust the wheels, those bolts in that will come loose right away, and the wedges will come loose and makes adjustment a lot easier.
Alrighty, so we got the wheel back on, and I'm just tightening down those 3 big bolts right now, so you'll make sure and have those really tight. Alright guys, so that will conclude today's video, and we got these tires set exactly where we want them, so I'd like to thank all you legends for watching.